Hello and welcome to another episode of The Grindbin. I'm Mike Wood.
I'm Chris Hughes.
And I'm Bobby Trippett.
And today we're going to be talking about 1974's The Streetfighter.
Hadouken!
No, not that one.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the tea. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
What is it, knocker?
Spooky got no real rhythm.
Hello, Mr. Man.
We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love fun and games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas before we get creamed. And more.
So guys, before we get into it today, this is the second week of our Patreon Selects. I don't really know how long it's going to go on because we got a lot of Patreon movies to get through. So this one was requested by Jodan Baker. Yes, that's right.
Walking
Joysticks.
Calls,
Yeah.
Jodan Baker?
I prefer Joysticks, Jodan Baker, you know. Yes, Grindbin All-Star Jodan Baker is a member of the Patreon, and he requested The Streetfighter. So we're going to get into that one. This is one of your favorites, right?
Sonny Chaban.
Can't wait to hear what you hear what you have to say about this movie, man.
Oh, you get ready. Be all ears. I am going to be just running out of breath. I'll be 100 words a minute, so get ready.
I have not seen man this excited for an episode in a long time.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you want to join our Patreon, $2 a month. $2 a month, and you can hear we have 2 mini bins a month that we're doing on there. And by the way, Bobby was very upset the other day when I announced that I think on an upcoming Patreon episode we're going to cover a Dorf movie.
Dorf movie? I thought it was just
Well, they're all-
Dorf minisodes.
Yeah, they're all Dorfy.
They're about as long as him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're as long as...
Which of our dads are we going to swipe the video from?
Chris, you said your dad has the full Dorf collection on
Blu-ray.
VHS?
Blu-ray from that
Time Life or whatever it is?
QVC.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see a QVC commercial for a Dorf tape. You got just like some woman's hand coming in and showing you. Just here's the cover.
So there's 2 mini bins a month, and we also release our episodes early. For example, the Dr. Minks episode from this last week, that was up last week on Friday. So all the patrons heard it way early. And I guess now that, they just have a whole week and a half and no fucking
Yeah,
show
and by the
to
time it
listen
actually
to.
hits, they're just done with it.
Yeah.
It's old news.
Yeah.
But download it again, please.
Yeah.
Download, listen again.
Give it a
please.
second
Rack
listen.
up
You
those
might find
numbers,
some stuff
you
you
know?
didn't hear the first time.
Yeah.
$2 a month. Check it out. Guys, we have 2 Grindbin firsts today. I would like to welcome Sonny Chiba to the show.
Viva Chiba.
One of the most prolific grindhouse exploitation actors of all time is finally making his appearance on the Grindbin.
Absolutely.
I would
Fucking
say-
Grindhouse royalty.
The only person missing besides Sonny Chiba is Pam Grier, who has yet to make an appearance on this show, and we're almost 100 episodes in,
It's
which
hard
is
to
a
believe.
fucking travesty.
We need to celebrate Pam later. Like, hey, when we run out of Blair,
Ah.
we do Greervember.
So the other Grindbin first, the first X-rated movie on the show.
I can't
And-
believe it took this long to get an X-rated movie on here, and it's a Sonny Chiba movie.
Well, it's a special occasion because not only is it the first X-rated movie on the Grindbin, it's the first X-rated movie ever by the MPAA.
That's amazing. And now, anyone listening, don't get the wrong idea. Sonny Chiba's not whipping it out.
Yeah, no,
That's
there's no
not-
Chiba
well,
dick.
He's not whipping his own out.
No.
This got an X rating for violence.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say that there's nothing sexual in it, but that's wrong. That's wrong. There's a lot of violent kiss rapes in this movie.
We got the old Western problem, the old High Plains Drifter conundrum.
And what's the other part of this movie? It's not copyrighted?
It's
No.
it's in public domain.
The rights failed to renew, so it is now in the public domain.
It's the same issue that happened with Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, nice.
And that someone forgot to sign the documents where they needed to be signed, and next thing you know, anybody can put this out. So you can find the Street Fighter so many places.
Yeah, the GCDB, which is the Grindhouse Cinema Database, has uploaded this to archive.org, so you can download this movie, you can watch it there, you can get it for free.
And if you're looking for a free stream of it, that's your best bet.
Oh, definitely.
Because YouTube, you're going to find it in every language you can but English.
Which is fucking crazy because the movie's in the public domain, and yet nobody's uploaded a regular version to YouTube.
And I am waiting with bated breath for Arrow Video or the Criterion Collection to clean this shit up and put out a nice Blu-ray. You got to think it's coming. This movie is very famous.
I would think so, but I guess because there's a bunch of releases of B-Girls, which is also our other movie that was in public domain, and there's tons of people that put that on DVD.
I'm
I have
inspired by
like
the
5
fact that,
copies of this on DVD.
That is pretty impressive. Can I have one?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
It's
Do you
in-
need 5?
Well, I have
'Cause I have
all
0.
those Welcome to the Grindhouse collections, every single one of them that they did, because they would come out with ones, and then you have to buy a set, and it would
every
have like
box set has the Street Fighter in it?
yeah, you'd have like one movie you didn't have, so you're like, fuck, I need to buy this one,
course.
and all of them had the Street Fighter.
It's
in
sort
them.
of the apple juice of Grindhouse movies. Yes. If you look at the ingredients in any flavor of juice, apple juice is mostly what's in there.
A Street Fighter's in every single one of them.
And it should be.
And it's an enjoyable little...
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump to it right now. I think it's a recommend
Oh, yeah.
on the table. This is a great movie.
This is the first of 3 films in this series, and you might think that it has something to do with the movie Sister Street Fighter, which is the one you always see also in those collections.
Same year, right?
Nothing to do with it. Sister Street Fighter is a completely different series, which has like 4 or 5 of its own movies. The Street Fighter is its own series of movies. Just for American audiences, they named it that, so you'd think you're like gonna go see the same movie, because they all have Sonny Chiba in them.
And despite my yucks at the intro of this show, this has nothing to do with the famed video game franchise. They just use the name Street Fighter.
And this movie is done by TUI, which is a still operational Japanese animation company.
Mostly animation. I think they also did Battle Royale, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they did Battle Royale,
they might have.
and they did One Piece, and they've done a whole bunch of other shit.
A lot of good stuff, actually.
Yeah.
So the director of this movie is Shigehiro Ozawa. He made 59 movies from 1955 to 1976. Just wrap that around your brain.
Yeah.
59 movies
Didn't
in that
take a
time
second
span.
to cool off.
That is 21 years, 59 movies. That is more than 2 movies a year.
Yep.
You gotta respect that.
He was from Nagano, Japan, and he made movies there his entire life. His later career, a few of his films were adapted for American audiences, but not many, just because if you go looking through his filmography, it's like a fucking black hole trying to find out anything about these movies he's made. They're Japanese titles with no descriptions and nothing.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, IMDb is primarily an American website.
Yeah, which is sad. I wish it would expand past America.
I'd like to get more info, more trivia stuff on foreign films. We just don't really have that.
So later in his career, he did do a few films that were adapted for American audiences. This is one of them. This was probably his most successful film, was The Street Fighter. And it has 2 sequels, and he directed both of them, which is Return of the Street Fighter and The Street Fighter's Revenge.
And Street Fighter Champion Edition.
Yeah. 3 people wrote this. 2 are Japanese, and you'll know nothing else they wrote because they're all Japanese titles, and 1 American guy who adapted it, and he's just, this is it. This is his only credit.
Did he just handle the translations?
Yeah, some intern over at wherever the fuck we are.
Is that why our protagonist has a name written one way and pronounced the other?
Also, did anybody else notice it seemed like halfway through that the voice changed quite a bit?
No, I didn't
Because
notice
all of a
that.
sudden, there were parts where Sonny Chiba's lines were delivered by... I was like,
I did catch that in
that's
at least
not
one scene
the
where
same
his
guy.
voice alters.
Yeah.
You think we got a Linda Blair situation? You think it's whoever's doing the voice acting just walked out of the booth?
Yeah, the
Didn't come back?
delivery guy they got, and they were like, can you just say these lines? Yeah, he left. I think a lot was lost in translation. I'm not sure that the guy who wrote this movie for American audiences spoke Japanese.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I don't think they know what the fuck was going on.
You know, this is done in the Mighty Marvel style. You know, and Stan Lee would just have the pictures all drawn and fill in the bubbles.
He's
That
like,
kind of made sense with the pictures.
that's a brother. That's a sister. That's some guy. Print it.
We're done here. Let's go to lunch.
Because this is like, I don't know who that guy is. I think maybe the brother, the sister, something, but also there may be a scene that they fucked, so I don't know about that. You know how they do things over there. I don't know.
Maybe it's
So
the
fuck
son
it.
and daughter. I don't know.
Look, they're brother and sister for now. If they end up fucking, we'll have them say, wait, you're not my sister. And
It's
then,
like, wait a second. There's a part where a guy walks out of the room and she's in the bed. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? It's all in the family. You know, the Yakuza. You know, that's how they do it. And so, by the way, Sonny Chiba, to American audiences, his real name is Shinichi Chiba. Mm-hmm. So they were like, how do we
endear him to an
Nobody knows
English-speaking audience.
how to pronounce an apostrophe in America, so Sonny.
You know what? And that works. That's memorable.
It feels like Mr. Kraut just called him Sonny. He's like, look, I'm going to just call you Sonny because that's how I can pronounce your name. So
There's a great trailer for one of his films that was marketed toward America. I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. It's not this one. But the entire trailer, they keep chanting Viva Chiba. Viva
yes,
Chiba,
it is.
Viva Chiba.
It might be the Street Fighter, actually.
Is it the Street Fighter? I thought it was a later one.
I don't know which one it is. Shit. But I do have it in my collection.
It's
and
pretty
it shows,
great to hear.
Huge exploitation star, Sonny
Absolutely.
Chiba.
Many of you listening, if you haven't if you haven't dove that deep into the exploitation films, may most know him as Hanzo, the blade maker from Kill Bill, who gives the bride her sword.
Kill Bill 1 and 2.
The whole enchilada.
And obviously, Quentin Tarantino casted him for a reason because he's a big fan of Sonny Chiba's old exploitation films,
In fact,
including
has
this movie.
played Hattori Hanzo, in a lot of previous roles. It's one of his recurring characters he's known for.
Which he has done with another character. I forget who it was. Has him come back as another character. Unlike Bruce Lee, though, Sonny Chiba is like, as I wrote it, I wrote like the Clint Eastwood to John Wayne.
Absolutely.
Like Sonny Chiba is the violent. He doesn't do kung fu. It's karate.
He wrecks fools a little harder.
Yeah, his are filled with blood and guts and mean faces and all sorts of anger. And Bruce Lee's are like, it's so glorious to do kung fu, isn't it? And Sonny Chiba's like, yeah, I'm gonna rip this dude's balls off, huh?
Yeah, it's not. It's a lot like Bruce Lee, but not as pretty in every way. He's sort of dad bod Bruce Lee.
like you know that they're in America. They're just like, we need like a Bruce Lee, but like a guy who's like gonna rip a dude's throat out. You know what I mean?
Kind of like how Van Damme and Seagal hit the scene at the same time, and Van Damme was in way better shape and did more graceful moves, and Seagal just kind of flapped his hands at people and pulled their eyes
And
out.
he's like,
Yeah.
I do Aikido, you know, I just kind of throw people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really interesting for the screen, Steven. Can we do something a little bit more?
All right, well, I'm going to do this Aikido at Tommy Lee Jones, and then he's going to stab himself in the face.
Oh, God. So, okay, that's it for the background. Because all the other actors, nothing you have ever heard of. Like, it's just all Japanese movies. Because this is not an American movie. These people are just straight up Japanese film stars.
So you know what? Let's get right into it.
So we go in the movie. Awesome title intro, by the way, with that fast zoom into like a paper. Like, so it starts
good.
out with like we see some weird shot of the ocean. Which, by the way, there will be various title cards for cities that are in Japanese. They did not put subtitles or any sort of translation. I don't know where the fuck we are.
Look, people did not come to this drive-in for cities.
They're like, nobody's gonna know. As soon as we go there, just have a guy go, hey, well, welcome to Beijing, right?
Wait, was that for all the cities that you went to? That you
Yeah.
did? Oh, okay. So the one I downloaded off the I don't know if I downloaded off
Archive.org.
Archives or if I downloaded it somewhere else, but it came as an ISO that I just able to load. All of the subtitles I have for every city.
Oh,
so I have it when it
okay.
goes to Hong Kong, Tokyo,
Get the version
Okinawa.
that Hughes has, because I don't fucking know.
Everybody
I didn't
hit
know where
up
we
Hughes
were.
personally.
It has
I'm
all.
like, that looks nice, so maybe Tokyo. That looks like a shithole. Hong Kong.
It has all.
Well, you
it
have
has all
5
three.
DVDs of this. I'm sure one of them's got the...
Yeah.
Probably. So, yeah, just like the idea of this just going up on screen. They're like, nobody cares. Shut up. So we start in a prison, okay?
And this prison is in Okinawa.
Okay, I did not
Hughes.
know that.
That's a Hughes Clues.
Neither did Poppy. We're just like, so the cops are going to see this karate fighter that has killed 7 men in fights, is what we're told.
They don't say fighter. They say he's a karate man, sir.
Karate man. He does say karate man.
I
He's
would
a
prefer
karate
we use
man.
the correct terminology. We're talking about karate man.
Karate man from Okinawa.
Karate man from Okinawa.
Okay, again, this is like they're just flying by the seat of their pants over on whatever company released this. They don't know what the fuck these people are saying. They're like, what is that guy in prison for? I don't know, karateing, because
Well,
that's
he's
what
a
he
karate
does.
man.
Karate man. He killed 7 people in karate fights.
It's just weird to have this movie where he's not a ninja. He's just a karate guy. Everybody's just
Yeah.
a karate guy.
Well, Chiba didn't really play ninjas.
No.
He played karate man.
Yeah, karate dude. So
That's way better.
this karate guy is in his cell doing all sorts of karate.
The loudest shadow box ever.
And he's breathing real deep,
Oh,
right?
man.
Dead on, Hughes.
And
Rad.
then the
I didn't
cop-
know you were a karate man.
The cops come in and visit him, and they bring a, quote, police priest.
Yeah, a Buddhist priest here to save your soul.
I said he was Buddhist too, but he's not. But yeah.
They say that, though.
Yeah.
And then he's like, maybe. By the way, they say something about how the Karate Man won't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But then Chiba sees him, and he's like,
And they have a staring contest.
and he knows him.
But they have that straight up like that old anime style
Yeah,
where they
it's rad.
black
The
out
eyes-
both
the eyes
eyes,
narrow, and
then
they
So Sonny Chiba is the priest. Okay, he's playing a priest. Not very good undercover, but nobody knows who he is apparently.
And Prisoner 1820 says that I will speak to the priest if you leave me alone with him.
And they're like, okay.
You got 5 minutes.
They leave him alone, and the priest just kicks his ass. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
no, they
because-
handcuff him first.
Because they're staring at each other, and already he can tell. Prisoner 1820, as they mentioned. We haven't gotten his name yet.
Karate
Says
Man.
He can tell that Chiba's a karate man, too. He can just sense it. And he says that he wishes there was time to test him.
And
to
he
rest
goes-
his karate manliness.
and then he's like, no, I'll kick you in the face.
He's like, yeah, I'll give it to you right now.
So he does something like in the Kill Bill where he gives him like the 5-finger death punch or whatever
he
it is.
basically he KOs him with a donkey punch. and then he refers to it as the oxygen coma punch.
Yeah, and he's like, if you're a strong dude, you'll be able to stand it. They're not going to be able to kill you.
You guys have a completely different translation than I do.
What did yours say?
See, this is what I'm saying. It's all lost in
Yeah, 'cause
translation.
I-
This is what makes this
Hold
movie
on.
fascinating.
Wait, yours is subtitles?
Yeah.
Fuck, Hughes, we have
watched
the English dub.
Oh.
Dude, Hughes, you watched the original Japanese audio with the
hold on.
subtitles?
Yeah, I don't watch dubs.
Oh,
Wait,
man. No,
hold
we
on a
just straight
second.
up
So
watched the
what did
dub
he say to
with
him?
A couple of
So he
schnapps.
says,
This
I-
is great, by
Yeah.
the way.
So he handcuffs him, they fight, and then he goes, I'm hitting you with a delayed asphyxia. If you're strong, you can make it. You just have to get there.
Delayed asphyxia. We got oxygen coma punch by the white
don't
guy
know.
who was figured out as he went by Stan Lee
Yeah,
filling
it's like,
the.
I don't know, some sort of he can't breathe punch, oxygen punch.
puts him in an oxygen coma.
So he's going to make him if he can.
way cooler.
So he's like calm down. If you just calm down and you're strong, you can make it to the gallows. And then like they're going to get him out by like faking his death, basically.
See, none of the, like in ours, it's like, I give you the oxygen coma punch. If you're not a pussy, you'll make it out.
Basically. Not in those words, but that's basically what he gets at. It's
Oh.
like, if you're any man at all.
So basically, he was like set out there to then walk and then not make it to get hung, but
Yeah.
to just pass out and fall down.
Which is what ends up happening.
But like it was supposed to make his heart
It's
stop.
to fake his
Yeah.
own death to get
to
him
fake
out
his
of
own
there.
death to get out there.
But this is great. This is so funny because
Oh,
they
this
go
is
to
fascinating.
the hanging. Okay.
Well, hold on. But first, we have the title sequences, and this is an interesting part because
Oh, yeah.
we explain because we have character names with the actors, and we have that Sonny is playing Terry Seguri according to the title card.
I didn't have that.
However,
Terry.
it's pronounced Sarugi by the people doing the dub. So which one is it for you, Hughes? Is it Sarugi or Seguri?
It's TSERG something something. So that'd be Seguri.
ERG?
Sir.
Yeah, is his name Terry in your subtitles?
I have to look.
Well, his
Because
first
they
name's
kept calling
Terry.
him Terry. I just call him Chiba because Terry is
I'm going
the
with Terry.
stupidest fucking name.
You tell
So-
Hulk Hogan that.
Yeah,
Who doesn't
he
go by
changed
Terry.
Yeah, who doesn't go by Terry?
And they also the supporting cast that pops up, and we haven't met this guy yet, but there's Gerald Yamada. Gerald, sure. We have Gerald Yamada playing Rat Nose.
Which is the guy that
Is he
the
called Rat
Is that
Nose?
short
No.
round?
What's his name in the movie?
partner. They just call him partner.
They never
Partner?
say a name?
No.
He is called Rat Nose in the opening credits.
Okay, yeah. So that guy, by the way,
And
so
they,
get
his,
to that.
they call him a mouse too.
So, like you said,
Okay.
everybody has. You said this in a past episode. Everybody has a kazoo. Everybody has
Yeah.
a short round.
Uh-huh.
This is the fucking short round Oompa Loompa of this movie.
These-
This guy is dressed like a fucking Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka.
It's really interesting. We have our own little sitcom that we're going to get into with these two.
He's just. He is basically short round. He's going
Yeah.
around. He's like, what do you want, Mr. Chiba?
He's Terry's ne'er-do-well roommate. They live like a bickering married couple. But we'll get to it. Inmate 1890 zombie walks because he's been given the oxygen donkey punch to these gallows, and as Hughes mentioned, he collapses, and so they take him away.
Well, okay, but he collapses. You've glossed over one of the most
Pardon me.
amazing things is he walks all the way up the steps, and they're like, all right, we're going to hang this guy. And then they got all these people come in, and then the guy just goes, and falls
He
down all
gets
these
the vapors.
Yeah, he falls down, and then they have the warden's there and a doctor's there, and they're like, "What do we do?" And they're like, "According to Article 45, we have to take care of prisoners.
Oh, man.
so
So
we have to take him to
a
the
prisoner
hospital."
with a sudden illness needs to be treated before
Yeah.
we can execute him.
Yeah, in the dub version, it's like, yeah, he's sick. We can't kill him.
They get the gist.
It's like the Americans like, I don't know. He just fell down the stair or something, so something like he got to go to the hospital. Like maybe they don't kill people in Japan. I don't know.
In Japan, you kill yourself.
So like the way you get out of a Japanese execution is that you just like fake sick. You're like, oh, I got the flu today, and they're like, well, we can't kill him if he's sick.
Let us know when you're feeling better, and then we'll hang you.
They keep coming back to a guy's cell. It's been like 5 years. You okay? Oh, I got the cancer.
I don't know what's going on. It's definitely cancer.
So we go to outside, right? And the cops are transporting the Street Fighter. Well, the Karate Man.
The Karate Man. From Okinawa.
The Karate Man from Okinawa.
Ipanema.
In like a car. Not like an armored truck or anything.
No. Just like a regular 1940s ambulance.
And then Chiba's hiding under some weird hat. Like,
Yeah, Lord Raiden's pouring himself a Bloody Mary.
it is like a rated hat. And then some other guy. This is where you get introduced to Short Round or Rat Nose.
Is like blocking the road.
Yeah, Lao Shu. I don't know, like that's mouse in Chinese, but
Yeah.
I don't know what they were calling him in.
Rat
They
nose.
kept on calling him partner in the subtitles.
Okay.
So
Yeah, he
it was-
doesn't
it was
call him
weird.
partner in ours. I don't even think he says a name.
No, it's just
He
in the opening credits.
Refers to him as like a guy that's there. So another guy, the Short Round or
Yeah, the
Rat Nose.
pedestrian that's holding the car suddenly reveals himself, and he's a karate man too.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
This
guess
is
he
the only
tries
time.
to be.
This is the only time he gets anybody's ass.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's just like, and he just runs around
You
and gets
man
a
or
bit.
a
In
mouse?
Street Fighter terminology, Terry is Ryu. Rat Nose is Dan.
Then
I would think he's like one of the guys in the background for a Ryu fight. Like he's just like, yeah, Ryu, kick him.
He's the guy who goes by on a bicycle on Chun-Li's level.
yeah, that's
He's
about
just
it.
like, ding, ding, hey.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that part. So we go to they basically stop the cop cars and they kidnap this guy.
They steal the prisoner.
Yeah, they steal the
Karate Man.
Donkey Death Punch Oxygen Man, the Karate Man.
Donkey Death Punch. Oh, man. I saw them play the Mayhem Festival. They were awesome.
So then we go to Chiba's house.
it's in Tokyo.
Okay, Chiba's
Thank you.
house, by the way, fucking amazing.
It's the set of Friends.
So apparently Chiba
Joey and
by the way, so Chiba
Joey and Chandler living together.
does a little bit of too much late night TV shopping because he's ordered the whole fucking Bowflex system in his studio apartment.
It's great.
So like the front door of his building walks immediately into like a full weight set, and I mean like you got like everything, the pull-up bars, the freaking squat thing, everything.
You left. I have walked into a house that you walk right into the Bowflex. Like you have to step around it.
You've gotten caught up in a Bowflex accidentally walking into
like
somebody?
the front door you walk in and then you have like that little nook where you're supposed to put like a table in for your keys. They just put a full Bowflex there. Like to just get that pump on before work.
Apparently they're big Street Fighter fans, They're like,
if
I
it's-
want to live the Chiba way.
It's good enough for Sonny. It's good enough for me.
So he has this, it takes up the whole room, but it really ties the room together. And then in the other room is like one chair where Sonny Chiba sits, and like his friend like sits on the ground or something.
Yep.
And he's like, what are we watching on TV today? And he's like, they're watching the
they're just-
news
they're just-
of them kidnapping.
They're just eating fruit and watching the news.
No, there was more on that news. Did you guys have everything else?
Oh, please tell us, because ours was just
Fill us
like,
in.
a guy got kidnapped.
Yeah.
So the
Some shit went down.
Yeah, they got the guy that got kidnapped.
We don't
You got
know.
that part. Do you get the part about the billionaire oilman that was killed?
We do end up talking about that. I don't remember if
on
they
the-
talked about
not
it
on the
then
TV.
or
On the TV.
Not on the
Yeah.
TV.
Man, we're getting
On the-
right to it on the Japanese one.
On the TV.
This is a huge clue for sure.
We mostly have Rat Nose talking about his roast chicken.
Yeah,
Oh, that's later.
It goes, some shit went down. A guy got kidnapped from a car. Back to you, Chiba.
Yeah. And then they're also talking about like, oh, billionaire oil tycoon was found dead, blah blah blah.
That's Hammett.
His
The oilman.
yeah, his beautiful
He's an oilman.
his beautiful daughter is now a young heiress.
She's
and
a daughterman.
They don't explain any of that in ours.
Oh, we get it later.
because
but not
it's
then.
so fucking
Oh,
confusing
I get it
in our
right
version.
then.
So this man's an oilman, just like Daniel Day-Lewis, And so, yeah, that's when you get like, so Short Rounds cook the chicken, right?
And they are just bickering.
He's like, I got a chicken in the oven. And he talks really fast. He's like, I got a chicken in the oven. And he runs over and he's like,
almost
pulls
an
it
easy-
out. And Sonny Chiva's like, I don't want any of that American chicken. It tastes like shit. That's what it says in our version. He says, I don't want any of that American chicken.
No, he called it carbonized chicken because it was burned.
Carbonized.
What?
Oh, because he overcooked.
He overcooked it.
Hold on. Talk about that in
In ours, he goes, no, I was trying real hard to make it like it tastes like an American chicken. And he goes like, I don't want American chicken. Go outside and get me some other food.
No, he says, I don't want any of that carbonized chicken.
I like your version, Hughes. Well, because he's making fun of him for being a bad cook.
I just want to think like the American, they're like, why did he want the chicken? Is it because it's American? Yeah, he wants noodles, this guy, right?
The guy's just winging the dub or taking it personally that he won't eat the chicken.
Yeah, he's like, they don't eat chicken over there. They eat that rice and
Jesus.
noodles and stuff. Tell him he cooked the American food. He don't want it.
They have oodles of noodles.
I mean, that's basically what it is in the dub version. It's like, don't give me that American shit. And so then...
These are two different movies. This is rad.
This is incredible.
I'm loving
am
this.
So happy that you watch a different version.
I'm glad I watched a different version, but of the same movie.
Yes.
Unlike some people.
Because ours is so confusing. Like, so confusing. So then all of a sudden some guys just show up and they like want to fight, and then Chiba fights them all. He kicks all their asses, right?
Yeah, because they talk about they had paid him to do this kidnapping, and they paid half up front, and he wants the other half now. And they're like,
yes,
we don't have the other half. And so Chiba whoops ass on everybody in that room, man or woman.
So yeah, they say that was our brother. So the guy walks in, he goes, that was my brother, where is he? And he's like, hey, I already took him out of the country. Come on, man, he's a wanted man. He's like on death row.
Yeah,
we can't keep
just
him
have
here.
to
I sent him to
around.
China. I sent him
Where's the
around.
rest of my money?
And then his sister is like, oh no, we'll pay you and everything. And so apparently Chiba says, I need collateral, and that's the first time that he kiss rapes a woman, which is very uncomfortable.
No, he doesn't say he wants collateral. He says he needs something to sell.
Which explains what he ends up
is
doing.
not what he says in
It
ours.
makes more sense now with what he ends up doing in a moment.
He goes, I want collateral. And then he grabs her by the head and starts kissing her. And I'm like,
What are you doing,
Chiba.
Terry?
I'm like, I'm supposed to like this guy, right? Like, he's our main character.
Chiba gets hard to root for pretty
Yeah,
quick.
but he says he doesn't like liars.
Yeah, he mentions that he doesn't like... In our version, he says, I despise people that don't keep their promises.
Yeah, that's the same, yeah.
Because they promise to give him the money and they don't have it.
And then he threatens to dig that guy's eyeballs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so the brother's like, we'll pay, but then Chiba kicks his ass more.
He's like, we'll pay, but we need more time. He's like, I don't respect you because you fucking did this and I have no trust.
Yeah, and then
don't
he
pull that
kicks
shit
his
with
ass.
me, and he fights everybody.
And then, basically, the brother tries to attack him, but
It's
Chiba...
so good. The brother wildly misses a jump kick and goes flying right out the window.
And we get some serious like green screen for the time.
His death.
Yeah, he lands in a pile of ketchup.
Yeah.
If you've ever...
It's on those noodles you took.
So what year was this?
74.
74.
So if you watch, there was a bunch of movies during that time.
Yeah,
so
like Dawn of the Dead.
The Shootist with John Wayne, which is
It's all
76.
like ketchup blood.
It was required by the MPAA or whatever. You couldn't have realistic blood for that time.
Yeah.
That's why it all looks terrible.
Yeah, so every time somebody dies, it looks like a tomato
And
exploded on them.
Honestly, I don't know about you guys. I really kind of find it endearing.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It adds a sort of cartoonish flair to it that
Yeah,
makes
I
it
almost-
kind of funny.
I almost prefer if it was green.
Might
Yeah,
as well at that
yeah.
point.
It's
Like in
kind
Dawn
of
of the
a
Dead when the
big-
blood's orange.
Yeah, like you watch Dawn of the Dead and you go to Day of the Dead where they're ripping a dude open and it's not ketchup at all.
Oh,
and
you're
you're
like
like,
ultra
"Fuck
realistic in
happened
the very
here?"
next movie, and it's not the same.
Guy's still talking and his entrails are getting pulled out. He's like, oh, God. It's like, good God. So then we go to karate class and we watch basically 3 minutes
We are training
of
the
people
next
kicking.
generation of karate men.
Jesus.
We watch 3 minutes of people kicking and then guys like chopping a bunch of bricks with their hands. One guy does it with his head.
I love that we get a brick breaking montage. I was waiting for them to start talking about Jesus.
Yeah, that's
We're breaking
great.
bricks for Christ.
So as I call him Uncle Karate, okay, because this guy is explained to be, I don't know if this is in your subtitle version, the uncle of this girl.
Of the
Yeah.
benefit, the billionaire
Sarai is the
beneficiary.
Harris.
So again, this movie is too confusing for its own good. Like there are too many characters involved at some points. Like it's just slow it down. We don't need all the twists and turns because none of it makes sense. So Uncle Karate is the uncle of the oilman's daughter. So oil lady.
He's the brother of the billionaire, yeah.
Yeah, oil woman. And he comes in a room and he goes, this is when we learn it on ours. He goes, hey, your father's dead.
And he warns her that, and she, in a fit of emotion, throws her purse on the ground.
Yeah, she's like, no.
And he explains to her, you're going to be surrounded with vultures.
Yeah. And
With
she's-
what?
Vultures.
Vultures is what he says in ours.
Oh, no, he was just talking about taking her home. Like, Mr. Jodo is just going to take you home.
In ours, he warns her that now that she has inherited the fortune, that like people are going to be coming for her.
Yeah, she's the only beneficiary of the company. That's all was said. And then,
Hey, this is one time where the dub actually did a more interesting way.
Yeah, since your father died, or you're going to be the only beneficiary of the oil company. But don't worry about it right now. Mr. Jodo is going to take you home.
Yeah, ours was
you
a
need
dire
to worry
warning.
like
fucking crazy. There's people after you.
People are going to try to kill you. He literally says like you're going to be surrounded with vultures.
Nope.
All right.
So
when you guys were talking about, I'm like, this scene was like completely played down for me.
okay, I want to see what happens in this scene because we go to Chiba in a guy's office and the guy pays him for something that we don't really. I guess it was like his last job or something.
No, he sold the girl.
He sold the girl.
Oh yes, that's right. So okay,
the girl
so
that he
apparently
planted
his collateral.
Yeah, the unwanted kiss on. He ends up selling into sex slavery. Our
rape.
hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he sold her into sex slavery, and he's
like a Wolverine
for only
character.
3,000 yen, by the way, which seems
3
like
million
a very
yen, dude.
oh 3 million. Okay, I was like, God damn, man.
Like that 3,000 yen. Jesus.
Hey, I'll give you 3,000. He's like, that's like a fucking dinner.
Well, he's not going to eat that chicken, so he needs something.
Okay, so basically then we cut to a rape.
And it's
Not a kiss rape this time. It's an actual rape where they're trying to rape a lady. And at one point I was like, oh no, I told Hughes he could watch this movie at work.
So this is where they're like taking her and making her into the prostitute. So everybody's going to get a piece. This is her turn to like learn the business. And then she's fighting back. And because she was fighting back is when they inject her with drugs.
Yeah.
And this is when we learned about Mr. Goodtime. Because the only line this guy ever says in the movie on our dubbed version is, I'm going to show her a good time.
Is that our guy Jin?
No, that was the one black guy in the movie.
That's
just
what I
always,
meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
He always says...
it's troubling that the one black guy in this movie shows up for the rape scene.
Yeah.
Both
and
like a bunch of them.
All he ever says is, I'm going to show her a good time.
Anytime this guy shows up, someone's going to be attempted rape.
I love that. His name is Mr. Goodtime. I didn't catch that the
that's
first
like
time.
something out of a Tarantino movie. I totally get why
Something
Tarantino
out of
loves
a-
this movie so much.
Something out of a cartoon or out of
No,
a
his name's
a
not
video
really
game.
Mr. Goodtime. I just made that
No,
up.
I know, but
Okay.
I mean, like, I would expect to see it, Mr. Goodtime.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
I'm here to show you a
If
good time.
Tarantino
That's
remade
all
the
he's-
Street Fighter
Yeah.
in name only,
Mr. Goodtime.
he would have the character named Mr. Goodtime.
Yeah, this is Buck who likes to fuck.
Basically,
he basically just walks in and says, I'm Mr.
I
Goodtime.
think
I'm
I'm
going to
change
show
my
you a good
Twitter
time.
handle to Mr. Goodtime.
You should. She fights back. They inject her with drugs. It's a real, they call her one eye scenario, I think. Like, you get her hooked on the drugs.
Yeah.
And, so back to the office. The guy gives Chiba a check for that girl, the 3 million
It's 3
yen.
million.
And he's like, hey, tell me more about that prison break you pulled. And he's like, no.
Credits.
And then he's like, okay. Then they never bring it up again. They're just like, all right, whatever. And
He's
then
a man of few words.
she was like, hey, I don't want to talk about anything. And he's like, hey, well, why don't we make some dinner plans and we'll talk about
So
this
we'll
new
discuss an
job,
offer.
huh? And he's like, all right, sounds good. It would have been a great running joke in our version, apparently not in yours, is if he kept getting served American chicken.
What is this bucket?
Yeah, they got KFC.
the hell is why is it crunchy?
I want to see Chiba chop through a KFC bucket.
This is bullshit.
And just the bones come flying out, you know?
Rat nose is in the corner crying.
So we go to dinner, right? And these people give Chiba pictures of the oil lady.
Yeah, they're gonna
And
talk
like,
business.
They
hey,
want to offer him 6 million yen to kidnap Sarai.
Yeah,
no,
they're
they go
like,
5 million.
No, it's
not
6 in
in
ours. Okay. Let's haggle.
okay, what does he say for his
Yeah,
counter
give us
offer
the-
in
give us
yours?
the-
50 million.
Okay,
Okay,
we've gone up a digit. So it's 6 million and he says 60.
I like this even more. They're like, 5? What the fuck? 60.
He's not going to get out of bed for 5.
We got to one-up the Japanese somehow.
They literally
60.
went up 1.
No self-respecting American would believe he'd do this for 50.
But
Come on.
he wants 60 million yen to do it with a third up front.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
some front.
And they're like,
up front.
whoa.
And
By the
they're
way,
like-
during this scene, the table's spinning, and that's fucking sweet.
Well, no,
Oh,
that's
Lazy
it's a
Susan,
lazy
yeah.
Susan.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
traditional dim sum.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just saying
because
it's
if
cool.
you
I don't
notice,
care if it's
Bobby
traditional.
liked it.
if you notice during this scene, they're eating dim sum, which is a Chinese food style. in Japan.
But some of the
Well, I
people.
believe it's
Wait, but
possible.
there's nobody from China right now.
Yeah, there are. They're all from Hong Kong.
Yeah, they are from.
It's
Okay.
possible there's a dim sum place in Japan.
No, I know. I'm talking
Wait.
about the people
You know
that
how
are
we
at the
eat
table.
Mexican food here in America?
No, he means because they're Chinese.
They're Chinese
But
at
wait,
the table.
the Yakuza are from China?
They're not Yakuza.
Oh my God, Hughes, this is way different because in ours,
There's like
Sonny Chiba.
No, there's a reveal coming up where he unveils some tattoos on a guy and discovers that he's Yakuza.
no, not Yakuza.
Oh my God!
Well, this is part of the dumb white guys who dubbed
Let
this.
me tell you.
Let's
okay,
get to it
so this
first.
is what happens in the white people version. Sonny Chiba goes, "Fuck you! I'm not going to take that money." And then he goes, "If you're not going to pay me, I'm leaving." And then he walks
goes
out,
to leave.
and a guy grabs him and he goes, "We're not leaving. You can't leave because you already learned everything." And he goes like, "Huh?" And he pulls up his arm.
He front flips out of the hammerlock. You have
Yeah.
that yours. And then when he reveals his arm, he goes, Yakuza.
Yeah, and that's not what happened.
Which makes more sense if they're not Japanese.
Yeah, they weren't Japanese at all. So they're eating and they're talking about the thing, and she goes, "Okay, we'll pay you the $50 million, but not up front." And he goes, "No, up front." And she was like, "Well, we don't trust you." He's like, "Well, if there's no trust, there's no deal."
We have that.
And then
if there's no trust.
so then he gets up to leave, and then they flip him, and then
So what's the reveal?
the reveal is that it's a Mai something, Maigu. It's a
Okay.
completely different clan.
Oh my
and
God.
they're from
It's
Hong
prob-
Kong. He
it's-
goes,
it's a
he
Hong
goes-
Kong equivalent
and
to
he
the
goes,
Yakuza.
"Chinese, huh? I knew it."
Interesting.
The fuck?
So to me, this whole movie from this point on is
God damn, that's way better.
This changes the whole movie.
It does.
Because in ours, there's parts where they go to people and they're like, "You're from Japan, you're a piece of shit." They start saying to people and they're like, "You're from China, you're a piece of shit." Like they just keep remarking on these
like
people.
this whole movie to me after this point feels more like kung fu versus karate.
Yeah.
This is
That makes so much more sense than what our dubbing guys did.
The white people version is like, "Yo, Yakuza, an international clan of assassins." I'm like, no, they are not. What are you talking
Yep,
about?
That's not at all what it
Yeah,
is.
they said he's a part of a clan and it is a part of a mafia that
literally-
is based out of Hong Kong.
of course.
And like the next scene is in Hong Kong.
He doesn't
Right.
even say mafia. He says,
And
"You're an
that
international
explains-
clan of assassins."
Well, that
I'm like-
explains why our version didn't have the labels of what cities we were in and whatnot. Because the dumbass
Make no-
Americans who did the voice on this, like, no one's gonna care. Whatever. Hey, who are the guys with the tattoos? Yakuza. Yeah, that's right.
One of them like Italian gangster. like a
What's
like
the
a-
mafia? What's the Asia mafia?
Yeah, what's them Asian?
And so
What's that Oriental mafia?
he exposes that guy.
It's all the
identifies-
same, right?
Fucking
China,
guys.
Japan.
So that makes sense.
So yeah, he exposes that guy. They find out it's Chinese that are trying to kidnap her for whatever reason.
You see, this is why someone needs to do a proper Blu-ray release of
Holy
this, because I
fuck.
need to see the right cut of this,
Yeah.
where we don't have assholes like us just
mean,
making it up as they go.
I love that Bobby and I saw a version that was just made up, and you know the truth because I just had so many suspicions that this was wrong.
Because on archive.org they have the subtitle files too.
I didn't
That's
see
right.
that.
See, I just
Fuck.
clicked play. I didn't even
So,
check
yeah.
that. See, you're watching Transformers, we're watching GoBots.
So basically, they say like, okay, as I can see it, Chiba says no in our version, and then just leaves.
And
If he
they
says no-
say since he knows our secret, he has to be killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically the same.
Okay.
He says no trust, no deal.
So
and he locks.
then we see Chiba using that Bowflex.
Terry and Ratnose hit the gym, baby.
Oh my god, this is crazy! And so they're working out in his studio apartment.
Yep.
And then so Ratnose is trying to work out too, but he's too weak. He's doing like the pull-ups from the ground and everything. My favorite workout routine is Sonny Chiba lies on the ground holding weights while Ratnose jumps on his stomach. I'm like, is this just some sort of like Heimlich? Like what exactly does
it's
this
like the
do?
sledgehammer thing, breaking the bricks on the stomach.
And so then a bunch of random goons run in and a fight ensues.
It's like Batman.
Yeah,
Just
it's like
goons
"Da-da-da-da,"
running.
and then Chiba kicks all their asses.
We're using karate
Yeah.
because they're all kung fu.
That's
That
interesting.
is
they don't
not
get into that
explained
on
in
ours. No
ours.
one says anything about
They're
that.
just like whatever.
He just starts doing his hairball sounds.
Yeah, because that's when I'm writing down like, man, this is why I like kung fu a lot better than karate movies. Is kung fu is just way more fluid and fun to look at.
You got the 36 chambers of Shaolin
Yeah.
flipping around, and this guy's just going like
It's
punching people in the
it's like
balls.
Michael Bay fight scenes, man.
and-
It's just like super ultra close with loud sounds.
And so, as you see,
Like Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Yeah.
as you see, he knocks a guy's teeth out of his
Yep.
mouth.
That dude spits his teeth like Curly Howard. It's awesome.
So his mouth's all full of ketchup, and he spits out those teeth.
There's some interesting stuff in our dub, and I don't know if it's in your version, where while he's fighting these guys, he goes, "You see what fun this is? It's about to get really exciting." And that's when he kicks the heavy bag to knock the guy out.
Yeah.
And he says, "I know what to do now."
What does he say in yours?
I have no idea.
Definitely
None of
not
that,
that,
I'm
right?
I mean, I didn't write any of this down because, like, I just figured everybody would be talking about
They're
it.
just like, he's having
Well,
fun,
the guy who
he's
spits
just
his
doing
teeth,
it.
He leans down to him and says, "Tell that bitch who sent you here how sorry I am that I can no longer be your friend."
No, he.
That's our
So
line.
he punches that guy, the guy who lived.
Yeah.
And he goes and tells her, I'm trying to remember what he says, but it was just like, oh, I can't even remember. I can't even remember
Oh,
off the top
wow.
of my head of what the hell was the thing. But
I'm
it,
sure it's more eloquent.
Yeah. Then tell that bitch we're not friends anymore.
no, it had nothing to do with that. It was something else. And he was just like you've made an enemy, I think is exactly what it was.
Something a little classier.
So he basically says, go back to the lady. So we
and so
cut to...
Toothless Joe goes back to the
Yeah. He's back at the lady. She's all pissed. She's like, no, you didn't read the contract. You
And she
were
actually
either
says-
supposed to die or get killed. Or like,
Yeah.
you're either supposed to get killed trying or commit suicide.
Yeah, it's assassination or suicide because, quote, the fire dragon has never let down a client.
And
So-
I was like, man, that's not a good job, Perk.
And,
And,
so Toothless Joe gets shot.
Toothless Joe gets shot in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then flips over and gets shot in the front. And then there's like this dialogue moment between the girl and the guy. And they're talking about how the mafia is from Hong Kong.
And this actually is in our dub. She says, call Hong Kong. They must send us 1 or 2 top operators.
And
So-
that's when you're like, okay, this is a Hong Kong Chinese mafia.
So now
Yeah.
they're you see, because ours was like, oh, these people are tied in with the Yakuza, it felt like it was cross country. They're working together on this big thing. Because they're like, we need to outsource to Hong
Yeah,
Kong.
we're like, what the fuck is the
Get
Yakuza?
Hong Kong on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what
because this
the
shit's going
fuck is
bigger now.
the Yakuza doing with Hong Kong? Like, I'm just all confused.
Why
Like,
are the
what
families
fuck
crossing?
is going on? So then we go to Uncle Karate's karate school, where Chiba and his assistant stop by,
They
right?
just walk into a dojo and start beating everybody up.
Here's the thing, though. They walk into the dojo. They just walk in, and some guy, at least in our version, goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then they get in a big fight. And I'm like, is that how you greet a potential customer? Like, come on. Is it like a big test? Like, you walk into a karate school, you better be fucking ready.
Hey, you know what? It's like back in the 80s walking backstage at a wrestling show. You know, King Kong Bundy's going to have a word with you if you
I
try
think
to
it's just
walk
like,
in there.
Yeah, it's like a freshman thing. You know, it's like a hazing thing. It's like, here we go, freshmen. And they're just going after the new guy. and so,
He beats them all up to get to the girl to show how under
and how does he get to the girl?
He punches through the door.
punches through the door
Here's Sonny.
and then starts making out with her.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
stop
another
kissing
kiss
everybody,
rape.
man.
The Chiba move is the kiss rape. It's really uncomfortable. He grabs a woman and forces his lips on her.
Like, why does he keep doing this?
And then all the karate guys walk into the room. I think he like kind of hits a guy while he's still lip locked.
Yeah, he
and
does.
then Uncle Karate comes in. He's still kissing her.
No, he was kissing her and he hit a guy and he says, "Get your boss." And then Uncle Karate Guy comes in.
and so
And
Uncle
he challenges
Karate.
the uncle to a match.
Yeah, Uncle Karate comes in. Also,
doesn't
by the
seem
way,
fair.
oh, hold on. Did he say this in your version? Because in ours, before he kiss rapes her, he says, "Your photos don't do you justice."
Yes, he did say that.
Yikes. So then Uncle
You're pretty
Karate
in
shows
person,
up.
I think is what he said.
And he's like, "Hey, I want to challenge you to a match or I'm going to kill this girl." And I was like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. Is Chiba like a good guy
Yeah,
or
I
a
had
bad
that written
guy?
down in my notes. I wrote, who's even the good guy?
Yeah,
here?
and I have no idea what's going on in
I was
here
like,
either.
Chiba, I thought
You're
you were
crossing some lines,
like,
dude.
I thought you were going to go over here and be like, "Hey, the Yakuza's looking for you," or "Hong Kong's looking for you," but now you're kiss raping this girl and saying you're gonna kill her if you don't get in a fight. Like, what is going on? Is he like, in my mind, I'm like, is he working? Did he take the job? Did I mishear it or something? What the fuck's happening?
Nope. Yeah, it's weird. There's probably some weird stuff coming up in the second too.
Then we get the
The
big
students
fight.
attack one by one.
Yeah, so like
Black
as I
Ninja
said,
style.
you need that undercard before you get to the main event. So Chiba's got to do a little warm up with the students.
So he's mopping the floor with everybody. At one point, he leg sweeps the guy who was just standing there. Like, what a dick.
He's like, "What the fuck,
The guy
man?"
wasn't even attacking. It was just a dude nearby just gets swept.
And so then Uncle Karate's like, "All right, it's my turn to fight now."
And now, this was unexpected. Uncle Karate looks like the mayor of Punxsutawney, but this guy's got skills.
Holy shit, he holds his own.
It's rad.
He kicks Chiba's ass. He
And
throws
he
him
hits
through
Terry
the air.
with the oxygen donkey punch.
and then chucks him through the air at one point, slides him across.
One-handed like a football.
Yeah.
He just chucks him overhead.
Like a Tom Brady deflated football.
Perfect spiral. Thanks, Joe Montana.
Slides him across the floor like a bowling ball into like a wall where he breaks through this wood and everything with his head. Then
He explains that he knew his father.
Okay, by the way, I want to know if this is different in Hughes's version because ours is fucking confusing as all hell.
I'm confusing too, but go on.
He comes over and he goes, I think I know who you are. You're a guy who takes karate and kung fu together. And this guy I knew, this dad, he was training to make the ultimate karate fighter, combining two styles.
You're a karate man and a kung fu man.
It's close. We learn. He's like, hey, you combine karate with Chinese boxing,
That is
and
Nope.
not what they say.
I like it, though.
and and he's like, I knew one other person that used this style. Is he your father? Maybe.
Big Terry.
Yeah, and ours it was like he was training a guy to be a super fighter.
Yeah, there's nothing about
I
super
like the
fighter.
idea of,
Universal
like-
soldier, if you will.
I like the idea of Hughes's version being like a little dig to the Chinese. Like, we don't even call it kung fu. We just call it Chinese boxing.
But like for the next like couple of minutes, this whole other dojo scene, I don't understand what's going on.
Okay, this is the greatest. It flashes back to black and white
Terry's childhood.
to little Chiba, and he's like, Daddy, Daddy. And this soldier,
general.
okay, I want to know if it says the same shit.
got the-
'cause
I got
this
I
the
is
don't remember
written
this
down here.
scene.
This is fucking crazy.
I don't
dude.
remember the scene.
Yours didn't have the flashback?
Uh-uh.
We have little Chiba's childhood.
Oh my god, you didn't get the
This is like
flashback?
some Pan's Labyrinth flashback.
Oh my god.
And so, yeah, this general is explaining to this little
Hold
kid.
up, wait, hold up.
All right.
Ours does a full-on flashback, like woo 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 woo, woo,
After the
and it
I
goes
Knew Your
blurry
Father.
and
No.
everything. The fuck?
He completely gets a second
Did they
wind.
film this
Oh,
in
no,
America?
that happens, but first there's a flashback.
Wait,
No.
did they just film this for the
They
dub
added this?
version?
This is fantastic. So, Hughes, strap in.
Unless
Okay.
I didn't pay attention,
No.
but
Maybe
I
you
was
looked
sitting
away
there.
for a minute.
This is amazing what's about to happen. Okay, so
Okay, so the general explains to the little kid, your father's a traitor and your mother's a whore.
No,
So,
and then he calls the kid a half-breed.
no.
and the dad gets executed in front of him.
Yeah, you see a firing range and a guy gets shot through the head and then shot like 2 other times, and little Chiba going, Daddy, Daddy.
And Chiba learns, he's told, don't ever let anyone beat you.
Yeah, there's
That's where he
voiceover.
learned that lesson. A voiceover somewhere goes,
Voiceover of his dad.
while his dad's getting pumped full of bullets in front of little Chiba, a voiceover of his father goes, don't ever let anyone
yeah,
beat you.
like a Force ghost says like,
He's
yeah.
thinking, little boy is thinking back to the advice his father gave him.
So imagine that this scene was just reshot and spliced into this movie because it's not in my
That's
version.
insane.
Because I don't.
So in yours, he just gets up.
He goes
He
like
just says, I know who your father is.
he's like
and
maybe
then
it was your
hulks up.
was it your father maybe
Because
and then
this
he
makes
hulks out.
Because the
Hughes, this
editing-
makes
the-
so much fucking sense.
The editing in our dub is that flashback is what causes him to hulk up
and
snap out
it
of the
does
donkey
not
punch.
match. It does not match because it looks like a completely different movie that they filmed in black and white on
Yeah.
like the set of like
Like it looks very different.
fucking
it
Plan
flows,
9.
It flows properly though. That he's
Yeah.
thinking back to his father's advice, telling him basically get up.
But
You know,
ours is
and,
like filmed in the back of the Universal lot. Like
No.
it looks horrible.
So yeah, so Terry hulks up, and his theme song plays. He wins the respect of Uncle Karate Man, and
Yeah.
the fight's over.
But Uncle Karate still kicks his
Yeah, he
ass.
gets his
Yeah.
Seguri gets his fucking ass beat.
Yeah, but he wins the respect.
But then, okay, so he fights him, and then he goes like, "Hey," Chiba goes, "Hey, I want to get a special job from you." And the Karate Man's like,
his actual words
or
that
the
I've written
Uncle
down in
Karate.
our dub anyway is Chiba says, "I hate punks more than anything, and I want the mob destroyed. So I'd like to join your side."
Yeah, he just says he wants to protect her because the mob is after her.
Nope.
No, we get the Dirty
Nope.
Harry monologue.
Nope. In ours, he says,
And he doesn't want money.
He says, "I want the mob destroyed."
'Cause he
and
hates
then
punks.
This
Like
part,
Casey Jones.
Okay, it cuts to later, right? And I got all sorts of problems with this part.
What cut?
It cuts like to a different.
No, and there was stuff about his father's will and
What the fuck?
yeah, and then he's like, hire me, and they go, no, you're not going to hire me, and he goes, okay, we'll hire you.
We don't have that in our
Okay, this is completely different, Hughes. It cuts to a scene of him getting his wounds tended in a room with the karate men are like touching his wound and everything, and then Uncle Karate's in the room, and Chiba says these things. He's like, "Hey, I want you to hire me for a job."
Yeah, that part.
The woman is like, no, he's an animal.
Yeah, he's an
Do they have
animal.
the he fights with anger thing?
No.
Okay, so we have a line that explains that Terry fights with anger. He carries his fate and tragedy like an eternal flame.
No, I don't have that at all.
Yeah, and the girl saying he's an animal. No, he kiss raped me. Did anybody see that? Are we forgetting this?
That he won't stop pawing at me?
And she leaves the room, and then Chiba laughs at her, and then Uncle Karate says it's cool, but he's like, yeah, you need to chill when you're fighting, and the anger gets the best of you and all this, and then none of it matters.
And he responds with, that's a load of sukiyaki.
No, it was something about his father's will. Like he possesses his father's will.
In ours, none of it matters because Uncle Karate immediately goes, yeah, I'll hire you because I have faith in you not only as a fighter, but a man. And I write, I mean, really? He kissed raped that lady.
Based on what?
He goes, I'll hire you not because you're fighting, but because I trust you.
Yeah, it's ours is like, because I think you're a good man. And I was like, he has done nothing to demonstrate that. He literally broke into your karate school, kicked everybody's ass, kiss raped the lady, and tried to fight you to the death. And okay, at this point, I'm like, Chiba, none of this makes sense, dude.
Dude, the rest of this movie for the next like 20 minutes doesn't make sense at all.
Like, it's like,
I don't get any of this.
Couldn't you just go over there and be like, hey, the mob's after you, you know? Let's do something together. Why don't we work together, guys? But instead, it all has to be like a bunch of fights. So we go to China, right?
Yeah, we're in Hong Kong.
And the Yakuza are trying to recruit this Chinese mob boss.
Is that the Chinese Kramer?
Yeah, Chinese Kramer to help them out with Chiba. And I write, seriously though, maybe Uncle Karate's the one you want to worry about because that guy kicked Chiba's ass. So like, I would probably worry about him protecting the girl.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they were with the Chinese Kramer. I thought he was already a part of the organization.
So they were trying to recruit their top 2 guys or something, according to ours. And the Chinese mob boss knows Chiba well and wants to see him meet his end, is what it says in ours.
Okay.
But then I just write, I don't know what happens because all of a sudden people start fighting.
They start murdering people in the streets, and I have no idea why.
What the fuck is going on? Like all of a sudden some guy walks down steps and some guy like fucking
throws a knife into him.
He pulls like a Nancy Kerrigan on the guy and he like hits him in the kneecap and then a guy falls over and then a big guy like carries him out and then like some random guy with knives stabs a guy and I'm just like, whoa, slow down. Like what is happening?
And then we get like this guy runs into a restaurant or something and then a guy dressed in a military uniform and a cop walk into the bar and they walk up to, oh my God, is that the guy from the prison at the very beginning?
Yeah.
It's Junjo.
Yeah. And they walk up and they go, are you Chinese or Japanese?
Yes. In ours, yeah, they're like, are you Chinese or Japanese? And he's like, Japanese scum and all this.
No, he didn't say shit. He fucking, the guy in the back goes, oh, we don't know his origin. And then that's when he starts fighting. And then...
He's of a mixed ethnicity.
I thought in ours he had a big problem with them being Japanese.
No, and then Hong Kong Kramer comes down and goes like...
Hong Kong Kramer. I'm thinking like Hong Kong Fooey sleep on. Hong Kong Kramer.
And
I wish he would slide into rooms like Kramer, go, Boom.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
But you know what it would be if it was this.
Hong Kong, we know. Hong Kong Kramer comes down and he tells the cop to stop, and the cop goes, "No, I'm the law." He goes like, "No, I'm the law."
Yeah, that's what he says in ours.
And then he gives him a choice of any, and then he grabs the prisoner.
Yeah, but in ours, I go, I don't know what just happened.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. He grabs the prisoner and takes him into the basement. He goes, "You can have your choice of any woman."
Yeah, like he grabs the guy and goes, basement brothel, right?
But the point of this was to show the sister.
Yeah, well,
not
Hong Kong Kramer's like, pick anyone you want. And he's like, come on, your sister? Come on. Let's pick another girl, right? But no, instead he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're down here, blah, blah, blah. This is when I realized, Hughes, because I didn't know who these people were. I was like, oh, that's the people from the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so fucking confusing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
We
they could have
eventually
just
get
said
around
that.
to figuring it all out. We
Yeah.
piece it all together.
So the Karate Man
finds
is
Chun-Li.
reunited with his sister,
And he sees that
Chiba
he
threw
sees
his
that
brother out of
Chiba
a-
has sold said sister into sex slavery, and she's all drugged up. So now he has the reason to want to kill Chiba.
Well,
then
and
he
she
killed-
also says that he killed our brother.
Yeah. Nissan.
So now
He
you
killed
got to
the brother.
avenge your brother and
And I
your
was
sister.
like, well, that's not the whole story, lady.
And
'Cause-
honestly, he kind of accidentally killed himself. But
Yeah,
let's,
also you didn't pay him, so you're not telling him the whole story. I would have liked that later if he's like, what do you mean they didn't pay you? Oh, this is just all a big misunderstanding.
Also, during this whole big confusing sequence, someone describes somebody as Oriental, and offensiveness aside in our dub, does that even apply here?
Not to the iPhone 10.
I mean, that would... Yeah,
I mean,
that
like,
wouldn't make any sense
to the
over
white
there.
dude dubbing this, like over there, that's not an Oriental. Oriental means from elsewhere.
From the Orient.
Yeah, all those Orientals over back at home.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make
Back
any
in
sense.
the other Orient. Orient 2. Orient further.
Hughes, I recommend you watch this dub.
I recommend you guys watch the
Yeah, I
subtitle.
know. We need to trade copies because this
my
is
God.
an insane version of this movie if you watch it dubbed.
Oh, yeah. So then we get the international sign that something's happening because a plane lands. And then we go to the oil offices, and oil lady shows up to the offices, and there's some guy for the company who's like going to China or something.
They're gonna go to Hong Kong for either new settlements or something. Like I said, this whole movie from this point on, it doesn't really keep together.
No. It's a fucking mess. Like, it's an absolute mess.
And
it's too complicated for its own good.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, we're sending these bodyguards with you to protect you, and the guy's like, oh, we don't need that. And they're
So it was a guy that worked for her family, and he's gonna take her to somewhere. They're going to go to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So she's going to take two of her friends that are bodyguards, and then Saguri and Ratface are going to follow behind.
Yeah. So Chiba and Ratface,
which
are following
Rat Nose, whatever.
Rat Nose are following this car with the oil lady, bodyguards, and the business guy. Okay, if it sounds confusing, it fucking is, because then all of a sudden, like,
we're ambushed by construction equipment.
Yeah, like a fucking cat. What do you call one of these things?
A crane.
No, it's not a crane. It's a
I knew
front
Hughes
loader.
would know this. Yeah, like something, one of those things with the big scoop.
Yeah,
like you played with as a kid.
It's like a front loader or a backhoe with a grip on the front.
It's the Constructicons.
It's weird.
They're gonna form the Devastator, and Chiba's gonna kick it in the balls.
And so they're like what? They're on a freeway, and then all of a sudden, like a piece of construction equipment pulls on the freeway, takes Chiba's car in the air.
It's like the claw game. It just plucks it up.
And then just drops it into a ditch.
And what's great
it's like,
is
well, they're fucking dead.
Yeah. Instead, Terry pops up like nothing's wrong.
Well, they play dead.
Yeah, they play dead until the guards get closer.
And what happens in our version, I don't know if it's the same for yours, because I've read somewhere that this is differently, is he gets in the fight and he pounds the guy on the head.
That's not in the
and
other
has
versions?
the X-ray shot.
I think it does.
It cuts. It suddenly switches to an
Because
X-ray
I've
of the
read-
dude's head getting smacked, and a spray of blood comes out.
I
of the
read
guy.
some trivia that happened at the end.
Really?
That they used the X-ray shot for when he beat the other guy at the end.
No, I think it was at this part.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So
There's
they
like
were wrong in
an
the
entire
trivia.
Mortal Kombat game that does this and all through it.
It was amazing. It shows an X-ray
So
shot
cool.
of him.
So that wasn't in yours?
Chiba's kill, his
No, it is in ours.
Chiba's fatality is that he hits a guy square
He
on the
bops
head.
him on the head like whack-a-mole so hard that this dude fountains blood.
He like cracks their head like an egg.
yeah.
Yes.
And so the guy fountains blood, falls to the ground, and then Chiba and Rat Nose, they're all like bloody and everything, and they basically just run away. He says in ours, he goes, "This time they went too far," and I was like, "Yeah, I think they did."
I'd say.
So then we go to the Yakuza building, and Chiba and Rat Nose just show up. Okay, I love this. So we're at like, oh, hold on, did I miss something?
I think you didn't get to the part with the girl getting there.
Well, my next note.
Oh
is
no!
that-
Okay. Oh no! Oh, hold on. They show up to an office building, okay, and then Chiba fights a mini boss.
Yeah, we have a mid-boss in the hallway, and he plucks his eyes.
Yeah, he plucks the guy's eyes, and then he goes into the office, and the brother and sister are in there, and Chiba's like, "Hey, I know you. I broke you out of jail." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you now." And he's like,
It's
"I don't
a
have time for
weirdly
this."
calm conversation and a weirdly calm fight.
Yeah. Okay. So the guy throws a sigh at him or something, but misses.
Yeah.
Probably I hope on purpose. But then Chiba says something. He's like, "I don't have time now." And the guy's like, "Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you where the Yakuza are, and then we're gonna fight right now." And Chiba's like, "Well, thanks for telling me where they are," and then just jumps out a
dives
window.
out a window.
He dives headfirst out of a window and lands on his feet in the back of a truck.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
they just drive away. Him
Fuck
and
yeah.
Ratnose drive away, and the Yakuza guy's like, "Shit."
So Terry's unkillable.
Yes.
Like, he has survived so much shit in this. He's Wolverine.
So then they go back. Okay, so then the oil girl, the oil lady, and the business guy, they like drop this guy off at a building.
No, yeah, the Lady Billion rolls up and turns out the business partner was lying about when they had to leave for Hong Kong. He goes, no, actually you can leave for tomorrow. I just needed to get you out here. And she goes, well, you're a liar. And she goes, and everybody gets out. And then we see the band of merry men come out of the building. And the lady's like, okay, everybody get back in. And that's how they get back into the car.
Okay, not in ours. It says something about how he could never trust the Japanese.
No, there's none of that.
Yeah. In ours, he says to her, he goes, we can never trust the Japanese. And then the people like come out and attack her and they drive off like, oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. I have a feeling like I didn't pay attention is what it fucking feels like.
The white guy version is they're like, they don't like each other, right? Like the Japanese and the Chinese, like they don't like them, right?
Yeah, real problem.
So it's going to be like a big thing. Like they're like, no, you're from China. No, it's fuck you. You're from Japan. That's what it is in our movie.
Jesus.
They're like, we would never trust the Chinese.
Sure, that may exist somewhere.
Yeah, but apparently not in this movie.
Somewhere.
Apparently not in this movie, though.
No.
So Soraya's ambushed by Knife Guy and Zatoichi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that the blind guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Blind swordsman.
Zatoichi, the blind swordsman, shows up, and Knife Guy.
Everyone's got a gimmick. All these mid bosses. They're
Yeah,
awesome.
and then so the Hong Kong Kramer's goons, Hong
Kong Kramer coming.
Oh my god! Now I want somebody to re-edit this movie with the Seinfeld stint.
Where he says, whoa, 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 Terry.
Boing, every time he comes on a screen. So then the Knife Guy, they
What's
meet
the deal
on the
with
road.
American chicken?
Shiva's all like a Jerry.
He's doing a tight five.
I love it. What's the deal with America? So then the Knife Guy, like they fight, they kill all the bodyguards and they take the girl hostage.
We get a sweet knife to the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hold on. In your version, they're like, all right, just go home. We'll leave for Hong Kong in the morning.
Yeah. Well, not go home, but it's like, we're not leaving for Hong Kong until tomorrow. And then I don't know if she was going to go follow him or whatever. And then the goons came out and then they tried to run away.
Yeah, and ours is like, fuck you, Japanese. And then she drove away and got kidnapped.
Like, I swear to God, he worked for her company.
He does.
Yeah, and like,
But in ours, it's like he flew all the way from Hong Kong, and he also
No.
works for your dad's company that's apparently Japanese, but maybe not. We don't know.
that's so weird.
So then, Oil Girl, she's being held in some sort of hotel or something.
By the river.
This is one of my favorite parts, right? So Chiba and Ratnose are apparently going to sneak in to this place because they learned the location from the guy that he just jumped out the window from, you know?
Okay.
And how did they sneak in?
By a fucking boat.
By
They've
a
somehow
fucking
acquired a tiny motorboat.
loud ass motorboat. Like, it's
like a bumper boat.
Like a skiff.
It's going. It is so goddamn loud, and they're just like going up to this thing, and then they throw a grappling hook on the thing, and they're like climbing up the window. And
Well,
then,
she came out and opened the sliding door and waved at them.
yeah, so they were just like, what? Just going for a boat ride?
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. They learned the location from that guy. Because at first, I thought, are Chiba and Ratnose just like going on a little family vacation? They're like, let's go out to the river, huh?
Date
for the
night.
weekend? Yeah, let's rent one of those boats. It'd be a nice day. Have a picnic. And so, yeah, she comes out and she's like, come up here, I'm up here. And so then they take the grappling hook, but Mr. Goodtime shows up.
Oh, dear.
And it's what I can see. I think he's already pantless.
Oh, he's in his white
Like
boxers.
he came in his boxers.
He's already prepared for a good time.
So Mr. Goodtime says, I'm going to show you a good time.
Because he's literally only in this movie to rape people.
Yeah. And show him a good time. And so he throws her on the bed, and then Chiba gets up.
And here's where we earn that X rating.
Holy shit.
Well, Chiba pulls off Mr. Goodtime's dick.
I'd like to
And
imagine the
Chiba
whole
looks
package.
at it in his hand, like even he can't believe he just did that. Like, oh man, what the fuck?
This is like fucking Swayze style, is how Chiba kills people. Like, have you ever seen Roadhouse?
Yeah.
With the greatest part in that movie is when he says, like, I once ripped a man's throat out. And she's like, God damn, that's rough. And then he fucking does it later in the movie,
Yep.
and you're like, God damn it.
Fucking that movie paid off so well.
Oh, Roadhouse is a great
so
movie.
good.
Just everything about that movie, the whole fucking monster truck scene.
The fact that you can build a character for like 15 minutes and then he dies and actually feel something about him.
Okay, so he rips this dude's dick off Swayze style, and I just write, wow.
That's the most Mortal Kombat shit in this.
So then the oil girl, she's like, thank you.
Rick rips off his still beating dick.
And then Chiba fights some new goons as they help her out the window.
No. She says, she goes, hey, Banyan's a traitor. The guy that told them to get in the car and then betrayed her.
I don't know if that's in our part. I think she just says,
she explains they're going to use me as bait to get to you, Terry.
yeah, and she's like,
there's none of that.
She's basically like, I'm in love with you now.
They've simplified it to this. Just
No,
like,
there's no love.
like, you're the coolest, Terry.
Yeah, she's like,
and I'm the damsel in distress.
She's like, I love how you ripped that guy's dick off.
No.
And he consoles her by touching her face, even though a minute ago his hand had dick blood on it.
No, he in mine it was they're going to escape and he goes, hey, I need you to stop acting like a lady and escape to the boat.
Yeah.
You do that in yours?
No.
Told her not to act like a woman?
No,
just to fucking like man up?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was like, thank you for saving me
ours
from
is more
Mr. Good
enlightened.
Time.
Yeah, so as they're coming down the rope is when the men come out and then that's
we
when
have that.
Seguri
They
fires.
repel
think-
down the rope and then come the goons.
Do you think in the Tarantino movie, when he has Mr. Good Time enter, he's going to play that Queen song when he walks into a room? He's like, having a good time.
Yes.
Just on a tape player, right? That he keeps on his person at all times. That's in our movie where Chiba's voice changes. They re-recorded some lines where it's not the same guy. It's
They decided on a different idea for that line.
like for the whole movie he talks like this, and then all of a sudden he talks like this.
Wow.
Like he
Like
talks
one of the writers just leaned into the booth.
like all of a
tried
sudden,
like this.
yeah, or like the fucking office accountant was the only guy left, and he's like,
You
"Can
better
read
splice
this?"
that in right here of the two
Oh,
voices.
I will. It sounds so different.
What do you want? I did what I was supposed to do. On his way to Hong Kong by now. He's well and safe. Pay me the rest.
Don't worry. Leave it to me. Your life is on the line now. Don't act like a spoiled lady, understand?
Yes.
Come on.
And so then basically Rat-Nose and Oil Girl escape on a boat while Chiba fights these guys. Okay, I love this part. So, okay, another mini-boss shows up, or is this Hong Kong Kramer?
Hong Kong Kramer comes out to fight Seguri.
Boom, and he walks up and he's like, hey, I'm Hong Kong. Okay, no, in our movie, Hughes, he calls himself Hong Kong Cutthroat.
I don't actually have a name for him.
He calls himself, he goes, I'm Hong Kong Cutthroat, and I won't be using my super weapon, the Blue Dragon, and then holds that knife up. Right, why not?
Sure. That's
Yeah,
what
I
they
don't
said
know.
when they recorded it.
It's like, hold on, you've reached the boss. Why are you not using your special weapon?
Totally.
Also, what a cock tease. He holds up this fucking special weapon, and in ours he says it's the special weapon, the Blue Dragon. This guy's name is Hong Kong Cutthroat. Not once do I get to see that thing unsheathed.
Nope.
Yeah, we do.
Well then.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Just briefly when he
Briefly,
cuts.
but you
Okay.
still see it.
Yeah. I wanted to see why they called him Hong Kong Cutthroat.
Well,
probably
fucking
cut
use
a
your
throat.
imagination.
Yeah,
What
but
do they
we
call
need
Seguri?
that.
It's because he
If you're
dresses like
gonna-
a pirate.
If you're going to have Tarantino names for characters, you got to have them do something to justify the name.
So what is Seguri's new name?
I don't know.
They should call him like Seguri the Eunuch. And not because he's a
At this
eunuch, but
point,
he
isn't
makes
it
you a
Terry
eunuch.
Seguri? Feld?
Oh, what if he is a eunuch and that's why he always is kiss raping ladies?
You take a drink every time Mike says kiss rape.
They castrated me so I couldn't rape anymore, but they didn't take my tongue.
Not yet, at least.
I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you later.
Hey, we're making this the Tarantino version, all right? So they, basically him and Hong Kong Cutthroat fight for a while, and then Hong Kong Cutthroat gets the upper hand, but then it's just broken up by the Yakuza lady shooting at their feet and
Yeah.
being like, dance, motherfuckers. And then the Yakuza say, we need information out of Chiba before we can kill him. And Hong Kong Kramer's all pissed about it. He's like, fine, I don't fucking care. Go
Well,
ahead.
he was mad because they interrupted. Like the fight between those two was very sacred.
Yeah.
and it wasn't going to be like underhanded or anything like that. So he gets mad that
Yeah.
they got into it and they took away the
In
fairness.
ours, his tone is more of a jealous, 14-year-old, and he's like, fine, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
Fine,
no.
take him.
See if I care.
Whatever.
No,
And they're like, we need to
not
get
even mad.
information out of him, then we'll kill him. He's like, whatever, do what you want.
to me, it was more like
bullshit anyway.
these young kids have no respect for the old ways.
Yeah,
Instead,
kinda.
ours is depicted like a young kid with no respect for the old days.
And then Rat-Nose tells the oil girl to wait on the boat, and he's like, I'll go check out what's happening with Chiba.
Yeah, and then he goes on like a Stand By Me vacation following the fucking train tracks around.
Okay. Apparently, the way they're going to get information out of Chiba is tying him to a tree and hitting him with a branch. So they're like, are you going to talk now? And he's like, no. And they're like, please, because we did all this work. And he's like, no, I'm not going to talk. And they're like, damn. And then all of a sudden, Rat Nose just runs up and he goes, eh. And he like kind of just falls on a guy.
Useless.
And they're like, yeah, that's great.
It's a real great kid.
And the Yakuza lady goes up to Chiba and she's like, all right, we're going to play Russian roulette, is what she says in our version. And
It
she
was
says,
basically the same thing.
there's 2 bullets in the chamber. And I was like, that is not the rules. Come on.
And they tell her, hey, you could hurt someone with that thing. Yeah, it's a gun. That's the idea. That's what guns do.
And basically, she's going to shoot Chiba. She pulls the trigger once, and Rat Nose is like, oh, and he spills the beans and says she's in the boat, literally the boat right below everybody. She's right down there. If somebody were to look over the cliff, you'd see her. Or if you heard that really loud motorboat just making its way through the river with no other motorboats, you might have found us anyways. And Chiba is fucking pissed at him.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah,
And
basically.
also, they're going to
No
kill
honor.
him anyways, so what's the point in even saying anything? You know, it's all over now. It's curtains anyways. And so basically, though, their way of killing Chiba is the guy, I guess, takes out the blue dragon and just cuts the rope.
cuts the rope, and we get a sweet dummy drop.
Because he had respect for him for not breaking and keeping his secret and all that kind of stuff. He's actually now on that guy's side over the non.
Oh, wow. Not
Non-honorable.
He was just like, I'm going to kill you now. And then he just hits the branch and the guy, he falls off. And it's like a Giallo movie
I feel
where
like
you're
the
just
guys who
like,
recorded the dub got a brief plot synopsis they read real quick before they went in the booth, and then they just watched it and were just adding voices to the scenes.
I feel like it was like, we got a long distance call. We only got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So get it. And he's just like, and then he goes over.
So he goes over the river.
Yeah.
And he lives.
Of course, he's unkillable.
Yeah, his partner, the rat face, what do you call Rat Nose?
Rat Nose.
Rat Nose actually fishes him out of the water and brings
that's when
him.
he tells him off.
That's where he says, you know, you and I are no longer partners. We are broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't-
basically that's what he says in ours. He's like,
He
you
doesn't
need to
respect
go
him anymore
home
for giving up.
because you're
Yeah.
a little bitch.
And
you told on
as
me.
he's sending him away, he says, and one last suggestion, don't cook chicken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we go back to the chicken thing.
No, he calls him, you're more mouse than man.
That's a better line.
What? Rat Nose.
Instead of that damn American chicken he keeps making.
Yeah.
He's like, and your chicken sucks. Your mongoose looks like a dog.
So we go to the docks.
We're in Kobe now.
Where the Yakuza lady brings the oil girl to a warehouse, and then Chiba has followed them in a car wearing like racing goggles.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's an interesting choice.
Good look.
I was like, he's either going skiing or driving real fast. I don't understand. And then like some sword guy, so the blind sword guy.
It's kind of a neat scene where he's fighting this tall guy who's kind of in the sun, so the guy keeps leaning from side to side to keep hitting the sunlight into his face.
Really, J.J. Abrams right
And
here.
we're going to get like a big epic fight. No, it's ruined by a motorcycle just driving through and
Asshole
crashing.
motorcycle runs through and the guy slashes him.
So as what happens is a shaky ass guy just goes like,
The guy on the bicycle rides by in the Chun-Li level.
and he just gets hit by the swords guy and falls over. Nothing changes with the fight because all of a sudden we just get back to the fight and then Chiba wins.
I think it's the distraction that turned the tide for Chiba.
Yeah,
It threw off the
I mean,
momentum for the big tall guy. The guy
maybe.
was like, "What the shit?" And then that's when Chiba.
you only
took
have
the
so
upper
many
hand.
kill slices that you have, and then you ran out.
Yeah, I don't really think he needed the help.
No.
Because he was just kind of like,
We've already
that
established
was
that Chiba can't die anyway.
Because like we just saw like basically like a moving target, like
Yeah.
this masked dude fall over, and we're like, well, that was weird. And then let's get back to a fight. Chiba beats him.
I
We
like
get the death bonk again.
Oh yeah, I like the fight with the blind guy because every time he brings out the sword, he unsheathes it, slashes once, and resheathes it.
Yeah, it's like
Over and
some
over.
weird,
It was so
It's like
distracting.
you're playing Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
They had the animations, so he goes whoosh, and it's right back in the sheath.
Yeah.
because that's his base. The sprite only has a couple animations.
And so after he kills this guy with the egg crack, he goes over to the motorcycle idiot
We
and finds
discover-
out it's Rat Nose.
It turns out the motorcycle idiot's the other idiot.
And he's like, I saved you. I really did. And all this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, not really.
You know what? Give it to him. He's dying. Let him believe it.
Like, you couldn't have hit the guy, like just run into him.
See, what I didn't
He's
write
blind.
down. I didn't write down what they were talking about, but during this scene when he's like, it's a very touching scene with he and his old partner.
Yeah.
And he's like picking his nose.
Yeah.
And that distracted
Hey, man,
me so
you got
much.
a booger.
It was so
Yeah,
weird.
little son. Come on, don't die with a booger.
Yeah, but he keeps going. He's like, it's like the end in Starship Troopers when she's like, at least I got to have you.
Yeah.
And then she dies. It's like exactly the same here. He's like, at least I saved your life. And she was like, yeah.
Or it's Crash at the end of Dr. Minx.
Yeah.
Just know if I could do it all over again.
And he's like, yeah.
All right.
He's like, okay. And then the guy dies, and Chiba sheds one tear in honor of his ex-friend.
That's all he needs.
Then we cut to a fucking boat.
He sieges a boat like Jason taking Manhattan.
So
it's awesome.
At first, though, I'm like, what, did Chiba just go home? Because like
Who
all of a
knows?
sudden we cut to a boat on the ocean. I'm like, well, I don't know where we are. And then all of a sudden we see like the Yakuza people are on there with the girl and everything. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, and then Chiba,
He just starts moving through this boat
Again, rides up.
It's like the Raw Force boat siege.
again, Chiba, not quiet, rides up in a fucking motorboat going, "Wee."
Like I half expect him to show up with a jetpack.
He just starts kicking ass and like basically just takes Yakuzas one by one.
Just wrecking shop on everybody.
And then he goes into that room with the people and he's like, hey, hold on. Like Hong Kong Kramer's like, wait, hold on, guys. Let's do this the right way.
By the way, speaking of Street Fighter, the game, at one point during him siege of the boat, he does punch a guy so hard the guy vomits.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's horrible. He breaks a dude's arm 3 places.
Oh, yeah.
Like he won't let go of this guy's arm.
He throws a guy off a balcony and he like his head splats like a tomato.
And of course, all of this is while he's gargling very loudly.
Yeah.
He just at everybody.
Okay, so Hong Kong Kramer's like, let's do this right, guys. And then all of a sudden you just hear it and it goes, Mortal Kombat. Dun,
And we have a
dun,
battle
dun,
in the
dun,
rain
dun,
for
dun,
the girl.
dun, 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 dun.
No, you guys have a whole bunch missing.
What happens to yours?
So he gets on the old tanker, he fights.
Yeah.
Then they cut into Mr. Jardot is on the boat, and he has a contract ready for the lady to sign.
Oh, yeah. There's a contract thing.
And telling her to sign to lose the
Some
company
like
or whatever.
white guy that we've never seen before.
No, when they showed him earlier, briefly. In our version, he's called King Stone.
He's actually, he
Not
works for
Mr.
the...
Jardot. They just call him King Stone.
Yeah, he works for the company. He's like the other partner.
Yeah, and ours is just like, okay.
So
It's touched on so briefly earlier, we didn't think to talk about it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
so-
whatever.
So they're doing that whole like sign the contract under duress, and then the lady wants to be killed. She's like the billionaire lady was like, just kill me. I'm not going to sign this.
What?
Yeah,
That is not in ours. She's like, I'll never sign it.
yeah. She's like, just kill me.
My new boyfriend's going to show up.
And then the mob boss is also there, and he goes to the prisoner. He goes, hey, I really respect this guy that's coming to kill everybody, and I was going to leave him land, but if you beat him, I'll give you all the land.
Nope.
Huh.
In ours, he says, let's have a Mortal Kombat
Yeah, it's
for the
basically
girl.
just like, you and me for the girl.
Yeah. And
It-
Chiba's like, that sounds fun.
And that explains why we meet this white guy for a second and he never comes back. We never see him again.
So yeah, Saguri kicks.
Yeah, wait a second. The movie ends. This guy, he's just not.
White guy never shows
resolved
up
at
again
all.
from
Yeah.
that one scene.
Saguri kicks the people's asses through the boat. He's now making to the people with the guns and killing them. So as he's coming to the evil lady that's
Yeah.
been kidnapping her, and
He kills that lady.
gets her and the traitor business partner,
Yeah.
and then they have the fight in the rain.
Yes. The Mortal Kombat.
So there was like 6 minutes there of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that
It's not
important.
important, but it gives why the hell they kidnapped her, why
Yeah.
they can kill her.
So Chiba fights the Karate Man from the start of the movie. At one point, the sister grabs Chiba and she's like, stab him. And the Karate Man's version of stabbing him is to stab him through the sister.
Yep.
Whoops.
It's the old, it's speed. You shoot the hostage.
So he kills his sister and just
injures Chiba.
Yeah, wounds him a little bit. But all of a sudden, Chiba starts like flopping around like a fish on the deck of the ship and
So
stuff.
lure him in.
And then basically the guy comes over
And
he
this
grabs him
Mortal
by
Kombat
the
ends in a
throat
fatality.
and he swayzes him. He pulls his throat out.
Yep.
Yeah, fatality.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
great.
win.
They put a blood capsule in his palm, so he just grabs him by the throat with his hand, and then the blood starts to trickle.
Oh, you needed a part where Hong Kong Kramer said, "Finish him." Okay, so then he just stands up. Chiba just stands up, and it goes, "Stay tuned for the sequel,
Yeah,
everybody."
It says the end for now, because Terry will return in Street Fighter Alpha 2 Turbo Warrior's Dream.
And I was like,
and number 3.
That
And number
resolved nothing.
You're like, all right.
Because Hong Kong Kramer's still there. That white dude
Well,
there.
Hong Kong Kramer is now on the side of Saguri.
I mean, I guess.
It makes more
I
sense
don't
in
know.
his version.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
in
because
ours.
when they shot at him during the fight,
Yeah, our dub
they
didn't-
lost a whole bunch of.
He was like, let's just have a rain
Our
fight,
dub
man.
didn't give us any of that. So
Oh.
it just kind of ends with a shrug. in
Oh,
ours.
yeah. Oh, hold on. We totally forgot to mention that, like, the sister also shoots. Wait, no, some guy
like from the
shoots Chiba in the back
mob,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, he takes a bullet.
And then that's when Hong Kong Kramer like completely
And it only
flips onto
pisses him
his
off.
side, onto Saguri's side,
Yeah.
and
It's, you know.
takes care of everybody else except for the girl and the prisoner.
I hope Hong Kong Kramer comes back in Street Fighter 2.
I hope he's
like
the new
it.
cook or something. He cooks the chicken.
He's
now.
the real M. Bison of this movie, you know. He teaches Rat Face how to cook. You keep burning the chicken, you know. So, guys, recommendations?
I watched the subtitled version. I think I got a lot more.
Honestly, whether you want to watch the classier subtitled version or the wackadoo dubbed version that we watched, either
The white
way,
guy version or the subtitle version?
yeah, either
So,
way, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a staple for Grindhouse Cinema. You need to see the Street Fighter.
It's fun. It's violent. It's all sorts of great stuff.
It's everything you want in a movie like this.
Hughes, you finally liked a movie for the weeks and weeks and weeks we've made you watch movies you've hated. You finally enjoyed one.
Yeah.
Good things come to those who wait, Hughes.
You hear that sound?
Uh,
Oh, Bobby's got one. Bobby, what?
I think
what do
I
you
know. Actually, I think I know. We're gonna rock the shared universe again because, we cut back to Uncle Karate Man, and he's got 2 special instructors that are gonna come in and show these guys a new way to break bricks. And in comes a guy in a yellow gi and a guy in an orange gi with visible erections.
Oh, do you think they're able to break them with the boner?
They are. If you focus your chi just enough. You gotta focus out to the end of it.
A chi
You gotta
boner.
inhale and then drop it.
Have you ever seen a chi boner?
no.
Sunny chi boner.
I feel like when he was like, "Come down to my basement brothel," all of a sudden,
Oh,
you
God.
hear, "Dun, dun, 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 dun," and then the wall just caves in.
She's rescued.
These 2 guys just open the back of the doors to the straight arrow, and they're like, "Come on, girls, you like studs?" And they all just sit there and go, "No, we'll take the heroin."
You know what?
It's
We'll
all
find
right.
where we are.
I have a completely different version of this.
This is the subtitled version of Bobby and DeVito show.
So Bobby and DeVito have actually hit it big in Texas. They have become oil tycoons. And they get a letter in the mail from Japan.
Yes.
And they're asked to come out and discuss new oil rights and maybe a partnership with another company. But they're also going to have a vacation there. And they show up.
Boy.
They show up in traditional Chinese garb with giant cameras on them.
Of course they fucking do. That's
And
how Bobby, the way you gotta make a deal in China, you gotta dress like the Chinese. Grab the gong. Let's go.
And it's filmed kind of like how I would imagine like a Sesame Street trip to China would be, with like Big Bird and everything. They're just like people like they're just walking around all tall
Yeah.
through the city.
DeVito holding a gong and Bobby just hitting it every now and
Yeah,
then.
exactly. DeVito in a sumo diaper walking around.
Oh my god, I want this movie so bad.
Wonderful.
Holy shit.
There, that's that one.
Well, thanks again for joining us. GrindhouseFilm.com. Twitter, we're at GrindPod. Facebook, The Grindbin Podcast. You can join our Patreon for as little as $2 a month and get our extra bonus episodes. We do 2 mini bins a month. We also have a full Beverly Hills Vamp episode that we released for Christmas. A full episode of The Grindbin
And if I
only
do
for
say
our
so
Patreons.
myself, it's a pretty solid episode.
It is actually fucking way better than
one
Mob
of our-
Boss.
It's one of our better ones.
I know Hughes hasn't heard it, but trust me, Hughes, it was actually a really good episode.
It went well.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, we got a lot of good content in there for our patrons, and a lot more coming down the line. We got so
Also,
much we got to do.
Everybody seemed to love our Home Alone episode, our Home Alone centric
really?
episode, where I read out loud the novelization ends to Home Alone 1 and 2 to Bobby and Chris by a $5.
We had a fireside story time with Uncle Mike.
Had a little crackling and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Nice.
great. We were all cozy in our sweaters.
Yeah, and we learned about the pigeon lady's dirty hand
Yeah. You gotta join our Patreon.
and how maybe his next door neighbor is a little creep.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you can check it out for $2 a month.
You lose. Continue.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the team. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Spooky got no real rhythm.
Hello, Pizza Man.
We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love fun and games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas before we get green.